Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
All right. Hi. We are very lucky to have a very special section today. Well, I'm your presenter for today. I'm Puan Manjit from SMK Methodist ACS Ipoh, and we have a special guest today that is Teacher Emily John, Madam Emily John. She is from SMK Mak Mandin, and she's going to give us a very, very interesting slot. All right. I will talk about her shortly. And not forgetting our special host today, that is control host, Puan Farida. She is from Sekolah Menengah Teknik Tunku Abdul Rahman, Pulau Pinang. Okay.
And she's going to give us a very, very interesting slot. All right. Okay. Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Talk about her shortly. Okay. Can you all
Why
hear
is your
me now?
echo?
Yeah. That's the thing. So I wanted to uh say can you all hear me? Oh, everybody can hear me?
Can.
All right.
Yes, yes, we can hear you, but there's
All right.
echo.
Can you now? Uh, Welcome to the class today. I'm very happy to be here. Today we are going to look at answering technique in SPM 1119 paper 1. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this today before your school close and not after we come back for the holiday and all that is because I want to give you some time so that you can start revising for your paper and use the holidays wisely. So one of the ways is so that you know what to focus on and what you need to prepare for. So that's why I'm sharing with you the answering techniques today. So hopefully when you answer the questions and all that, you will be able to use the points or the ideas that I'm going to share with you today. So meanwhile, actually we have some with me today in the studio, some very good teachers, experienced teachers, and as you heard just now, Puan Manjit is from SMK Methodist ACS Ipoh. She's my moderator for the lesson today for the session, and she's going to help me during the session. And we also have Teacher Farida. Teacher Farida is from SMT Sekolah Menengah Teknik Ta Putra in Penang Island. So she is also assisting me today in handling she's the backstage technical teacher for today. So she will be helping me also. So I'm very happy to have them in the studio to help me for the session. So I hope that you will use the wisely the comment section and ask question and answer. If I ask you any question, please answer and participate in the session. And I'll be inviting some students into the studio also with Teacher Farida's help. And we will like you to try and answer or involve yourself in the session. Okay, so that's the plan for today. So I'm going to divide the session into two parts. The first part is will be on directed writing. Okay, so I'll spend about 40 minutes on that, and then I will continue on with continuous writing. Okay, and if there's any question that I can't answer during the session, you may ask your teachers in the class, or students from SMT Ta Putra Penang can ask Teacher Farida, and those from Methodist ACS Ipoh can ask Teacher Manjit. But you can also PM me and ask me also. So I welcome any questions. So I think I will start. Teacher Farida, can we start? Are there students in the studio? Teacher Manjit,
Yes,
are there?
Yes, thank you very
Yeah.
much, Puan
Before we
Emily.
start,
Uh,
before we start,
okay.
Teacher Manjit and Teacher Farida, have you all introduced yourselves?
not
Okay,
yet.
thank you very much, Puan Emily. Okay, boys and students, actually, good morning. Welcome to our special class that is Teknik Menjawab for SPM. But don't worry, some of you are from 4. What you can do, this is a special paper, paper 1 for writing. So when paper 1 for writing, you can use all the techniques when you're going to write your essays when you go to Form 5. So this is a golden opportunity for all of you to listen attentively, take your notes there and you can jot down. Why? You will know some techniques how to score because writing is very important. And Puan Emily will be doing 2 papers, section 1 which is very very compulsory and part 2 that is there are 5 questions, you have to select one question. So she will tell you what questions to do and how to score. So please pay attention and do not forget to write your notes. And secondly, please use the chat box wisely. There will be a link for you. You can use the link to come into the studio. All right. So these are the things. And then our control host, Puan Farida, will help you and guide you. And please pay attention. It will be a bit long, the slot, but you will get a very special knowledge today from these lessons. And from 5 students, exams are just around the corner. Don't waste any more time. Start working very, very hard and work smart because you will be able to score. You need to score, you need to have good qualification, and you need to have a good certificate. So please work hard, and I'm sure you are looking forward for today's lesson, and it's a great lesson. All right, and I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's welcome our special speaker, teacher Emily John, to the class. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then we can start now.
Yes,
Can.
please start.
All right. Okay. Let's start. Okay. Can you share the slide?
Okay,
Can the
yes.
slide be seen? All right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so I will start the lesson for today. Okay. Now, directed writing. The thing about directed writing is many students, even at this stage, they are not aware of how many marks they have to score for directed writing and what they need to do and all that. So we will start with directed writing. Okay. So number of questions, there's only one question. It's a compulsory question. I think all of you know that. Okay, and it's 35 marks, right? 35 marks, all right? And you are supposed to spend about 45 minutes. Remember, paper 1 for the current syllabus, yes, for those who are sitting this year, is 1 hour 45 minutes. So you have 45 minutes, okay, because this weight is only carrying 35 marks, okay? And then their marks are given based on content, which is 15 marks, and language, which is 20 marks, and you have a total of 35 marks. Okay, so be aware of certain things. Timing is extremely important because I have students who come to me and say, teacher, we didn't have enough time to finish the second question. Or some of them answer the second question first and then say, teacher, we didn't have time to do the directed writing. So be careful. So for continuous writing, okay, on the other hand, you have 5 questions and you have to answer 1 out of 5. Now, there are 5 choices given for you. So you have to choose wisely, right? That is very important. Marks are 50 marks. Now, 50 marks here is overall. There's no like the separate marks like for content language. It's an overall whole marking kind of thing, all right? And the time should be about 1 hour. Now, this 1 hour later, I'll explain to you how you should use it correctly so that you maximize your time for writing. And the total for paper 1 is 85 marks. Now, the weightage for paper 1 is higher than paper 2. So you need to be very careful how you go about it. Now, I'm going to run through this very quickly, all right? Okay, so here is very simple. They just want you to be able to understand what the instruction wants you to do. They want you to understand the task, okay? And within the framework of time given, you have to generate ideas, okay? And you have to present your essay in clear and accurate language, English, not in Bahasa, okay? Or any other language, and you have to use the style and tone appropriate. That means when you know the question is a letter, you know what kind of style to use, what kind of tone to use. So according to the question. All right, so here are some of the criteria that we will be looking out for. Language, okay, no mistakes, grammar and all that, sentences. This is what I did in a previous lesson talking about sentence structure. So when there's a good mixture of simple, compound and complex sentences, it will give your essay a more interesting kind of flow to it, and the language will be better. Vocabulary, of course, use the correct vocabulary. Okay, punctuation, right? At this level, at Form 5, if you cannot know the difference between capital letter and small letter, you need to revise. Okay, spelling, of course, right? Paragraph should be well planned. There should be a cohesion. It should be well organized and linked. First paragraph should be linked to the second paragraph and so on. Okay, points should be related, relevant, and organized. And of course, it should be interesting. And again, tone appropriate. Okay, I will be going to each question, right, in detail after this. So we will look at, okay, you can see here, 35 marks for directed writing, for 50 marks for continuous writing. So this is your paper 1. Oh, sorry. All right, we will be going to directed writing first. All right, I hope you are ready. Please keep a piece of paper or notes or something with you to help you to take down important points or some ideas that is relevant. And for those who are in, the teachers are here. Okay, if you contact me personally, I will send you the guidelines in a Word document so that you can send it to your students. Okay, I will share this with the teachers so that you can send it to the student. That will be in Word document, so you can share with the students so that they can look and print on their own. All right. Okay, so we are going to go into the paper itself. All right, directed writing. What does it do? Okay, now if you look at this, directed writing tests the ability of students to respond appropriately. Like I told you just now, it's talking about how you respond to the task. If you are given a letter, you should know informal or formal letter, to whom you are writing to. You need to know who is your reader. Okay, you need to know how you're going to address the question and all those kind of things. Okay, and of course there are already points given for you, so you are given the stimulus and notes which you have to include in your answer, because remember, for directed writing you have content points. So content points, okay, you will be getting marks for every single content point that you include in your answer. So marks are given on format. Okay, there are questions. These directed writing questions are normally based on the format. I will go through the format with you after this. I'll show you some examples and we will just run through the format itself, because I'm sure there are some students who are still confused. Okay, so just to help you. So there'll be mark for format, there'll be mark for content. Okay, 3 marks for format, normally 3 marks. Content will be 12 marks. Okay, elaboration is part of your content, and then language will be 20 marks. Okay, do ask question if you are not sure in the chat box. So I will try to respond to the question with the help of my assistants. Okay, types of directed writing. Okay, I'm sure you know all this. Now, letters, we have both formal and informal. Now, formal letter, different, different structure, different style of writing. Informal letter, different style. So you need to know the difference, because the choice of words, the tone of your writing will always depend on who you're writing to. If it's formal, you're writing to your principal, it has to be a different kind of tone. If it's informal, you're writing to your parents, you're writing to your siblings, you're writing to your friends, it's different. The language is always different, and the style of writing will be different. It's informal. You can even use contractions and no like words like hi and all that in informal letter. Whereas in a formal letter, you don't do that. Okay, you don't go into you have to be a bit more polite, and you need to be a bit more, the use of words should be correct. Okay, all right. And then we also have speeches and talks. Speeches and talks, I think you know, right? Again, speech and talk can also be both formal and informal. Sometimes it can just be in the classroom with your friends, or it can be in the assembly in front of the whole school. So if you are in the assembly in front of the whole school, you will be looking at a lot of people that will be there. So you'll be seeing your principal. So you need to address all these people when you greet them at the beginning of your speech. Okay, and of course there is also a way to write, and then at the end you need to explain and say thank you and all that. Okay, I hope I'm not going too fast. Teacher Manjit, am I going? Are they okay? Are there any questions so far? Teacher Manjit, any questions so far?
So far, so good. There are no questions at the moment. Students are listening attentively. Don't
Okay,
worry, you are going smoothly. Go ahead.
all right, thank you. Okay, next we have articles. Article in a school magazine or bulletin. Normally, the questions that come out will be based on what is around you as students or what you are facing as students and all that. So it will be normally article for a school magazine or something that is related to students. And articles are normally factual and very informative and very persuasive. All right. So you need to be able to give information in the article, but article is not the so much of the focus for this year because article came out last year. Okay, in the 2019 exam, article was the question asked for directed writing, but we still need to know because there were previous years when the same question type of question was asked for 2 consecutive years. Okay, so we don't want to take chances. There's no such thing as target question, 100% sure question and all that, right? Okay, then we also have reports. Okay, report is also different in the sense that there's a different format to it. And you can also give reports for like society or club or something that maybe your English society took you for a like a camp or you went for an event, okay, under your English society or whatever society you have in school. So you are the secretary and you're going to read a report to your principal about what y'all did and what y'all achieved and all that. Okay, or it can be a report.
Emily,
Yes.
Emily, there's one question here. Wait, let me highlight the question. Yeah, Madam
Yes.
Manjit, maybe you can read the question
Okay.
for.
Okay.
Wait,
Thank you, Puan Farida. Teacher, what about the essay which
now.
have no format? Okay. I mean 3 marks. Allocate the format, right? What about essay which have no format?
Okay, all right. Now, for directed writing, there will always be format marks. Okay, maybe for articles, maybe sometimes they only give 2 marks for format, but format mark is always from my experience, there will always be marks for format. If I will go through after when I show you the question, the format, I will explain to you in detail where the format mark comes in. So don't worry about that. Okay, I will explain a little bit more after this. All right. Okay, we'll come to that next after this. So as I was saying about reports, thank you for the question anyway. I will explain a little bit more about format when we look at each type. So on situations and conditions in school, meaning here like maybe your school library is not well equipped, or there are some some problems there, like no old books, the books are out of date, the tables and chairs are not in very good condition. So you want to upgrade your school library. So you can give a report to your principal or to the library teacher regarding that situation or that condition. It can sometimes they ask you about school canteen, school compound, things like that, situations or conditions. All right. Okay. All right. Now, how to start and write? Okay. This one, remember, you already have all the points given to you. So what I normally tell my students is number the points. Okay, normally there'll be 12 points. If you're lucky, you get all 12 points. Sometimes what the exams indicate, what they do is, okay, they don't give all the 12 points. They give 10 points and then you have to come up with the other 2 points. Like you suggest, give another 2 suggestions, give another 2 ways to overcome this problem. So you have to come up with another 2 points. That is the part where students lose marks because why? In exam stress and exam timing and all that, they do not think about the point first. They start writing with the 10 points. They say, okay, now I will write the other 2 points later. Sometimes that doesn't happen because students sometimes when they are rushing and all that, when there's not enough time, they say, never mind, I forget about it and continue. So you lose out on the 2 points. So it's always better to plan ahead. That means think about the extra 2 points or suggestions or whatever they're asking first before you start writing. So you need that ready, written down somewhere. You jot down in your question paper before you actually start writing. Now, as you get the question, you determine the format. Is this a letter? Is it what kind of letter? Formal, informal? Okay. The purpose. What am I writing about? What is it for? Is it to complain about something? Is it to report about something? Is it to inform somebody about something? So you need to know who is your audience. As you write the task, whether it's a letter or it's a speech, okay, if you're writing a speech, also same thing. You need to know the purpose. You're giving a speech regarding what? Maybe it's regarding how to manage time. You're telling the students. So who's your audience? The students. Or if you're writing a letter, who is going to read your letter? Is it the principal? Is it your mom? Is it your sibling, your brother or your sister? Audience. You need to know. That is where it will help you to plan. Of course, layout, I'll show you example of the layout after this. All right, then you understand what I mean by layout or the format, because the question on format earlier, right? And you need to decide. I always then, whether it's directed writing or continuous writing, plan your points. Okay, you can either do a mind map or you can even do a short kind of like a description at the side. Jot down your points, so that you know what you need to do. Okay. Okay, next, what you do is you plan your elaborations and all that. Okay. All right, next, write out your answer. Now, how do you write out? You need to plan your paragraphs. Normally, directed writing for students who are not very confident in writing, I say at least you can write 5 paragraphs, even if it's short, is good. There's an introduction, there are your content points, okay, content points, and there is your conclusion. Now, if you can write these basic 5 paragraphs, you're already on the right track. Okay, so you divide. Remember, I told you to number your points 1 to 12. So from there, you can decide how you're going to put your points, how many points in one paragraph. Okay, and normally when you put the points in the paragraph, you have to make sure that it's connected, it's related. Maybe point 1, 2, and 3 are related, so you put in one paragraph. Point 4, 5, and 6 are one paragraph. So you divide in that way so that it will be in, there won't be too many points in one paragraph and it will look very clumsy. Okay, when it looks very clumsy, it won't be, it will, not to say confuse the examiner, but it will make it very difficult for the examiner to find the points and all that. So when you organize your point, you follow and organize your points and write, you are making it easy for the examiner to give you the marks. Okay, number 6 is using logical connectors and transitions to ensure that your essay is cohesive. What do I mean here is, from paragraph 1 to paragraph 2, there should be some connection. Your paragraph 1 is leading to your paragraph 2. And then when you start explaining your suggestions for the problem, how to overcome the problem, it will go on. Your paragraph 2 will go on to lead to paragraph 3, and so on. And at the end, when you do your conclusion, it will summarize or kind of like put your thoughts in order to say, okay, what is this? What have I written about? This is what I want to do. And sometimes some question you can give your suggestions or your hopes or your feelings. Okay. All right. Now remember 45 minutes. So timing is important. As I said, do not waste time. Okay. By writing too much until you don't have time for your continuous writing. Okay. Continuous writing, remember, is very important. All right, so next, end your essay with a proper closing. If it's a speech, you should have a thank you. If it's a letter, you have a signature after you do your closing. And check for grammatical mistakes, okay, spelling, punctuation, please. Full stop, remember to put the full stop for your end of the sentences, okay. And if it's a formal letter, please no short forms, okay. You can't, you cannot write can't, you cannot write don't, Okay, if it's a formal letter or a formal piece of writing, you shouldn't use short forms. And no SMS languages, not at all. Okay, if you can look at this, oh, I didn't change the year. It's actually from 2012 to 2019. Okay, there's a mistake at the top there, never mind. But the box is correct. So you can see article came out in 2014 and 2019, right? So formal letter
Uh,
has not come. Yes,
One
yes, Teacher
Emily,
Manjeet.
there's a question
Mhm.
from Jeevan again. He says, Teacher, during exam, normally students won't have time to do mind maps. All right? They will run out of time and will get nervous. And this is very true. So, but don't forget, boys, when you still have to create whatever points that you're coming up, create one, two mind map so that you will know
No,
what
no,
you are
it's
going
not.
to write.
It's not
Ah,
actually a mind map. What Jeevan is asking is good. Okay,
ah,
Jeevan, right? It's not actually a mind map like a very elaborate mind map. Mind map in the
yes,
sense
yes,
like when I'm writing, what I do is okay. The question is asking, let's say example, healthy living. So I put there,
yes.
I take a piece of paper or I write a healthy living. What do you mean by healthy living? Exercise. Okay, next, what's the next point I'm going to write about? Sleep early. Next, I'm going to write about no nutritious
Food.
food. So
Mm.
as I'm just going to do very brief mind map, in the sense that it doesn't even have to be a mind map. It can be like bullet points. So some students they just okay. This is my first paragraph. I'm going to talk about this. Okay. Okay. You just note down because I'm telling you. Okay, from experience and also from my own personal experience and also from what I've taught my students, because some students if you straight away start writing, okay, you don't have to go and write very elaborate from the question paper. In the question paper itself is already the points are there. You can just draw lines. Okay, point one, okay, this is C1, C2, C3. Okay, I'm going to write this. You can draw lines from there. You can do your mind map from there. Yes, teacher Farida.
Emily, 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 will that 5W and one how
No,
question
at
will be
this,
helpful for
yes,
them?
it will be helpful, but for directed
Hmm.
writing, the points are already given. So they don't have to use so much of WH questions here. It will be more relevant for continuous writing. Whereas for directed writing,
Section
it
B.
is the points already given. The idea here is for them to elaborate on the point and to give example. So this is where the mind map will come in because you already know what you're going to include. So after that, you
Yeah, it
take
is
about
more like control.
45 minutes. You spend about even 10 minutes to plan everything, or even if you're worried about timing, if a student who can plan within that 10 minutes, so 35 minutes you use fully for writing. You already got your points there. All you have to do is just write. Okay, all right.
Because you know why? The students need to practice their writing skills.
Yeah,
If
okay.
they can,
The timing
that
is
is the
very
main
important. The timing is very
correct,
important. That's
correct.
why I say 5 to 10 minutes for planning, very brief planning, not a very elaborate mind map, just to note down the points that you're going to include.
Short
Okay,
forms,
let me come back.
ideas,
Yes,
ideas.
let me come back to
Thank you.
this. Okay. Thank you for the
Okay,
question.
Jeevan.
Yes, thank
All
you.
So
right.
I think one Emily already gave your answer, and the others also. I think please take the initiative to listen and the interest to jot down. Please, okay.
Okay, I'm
Thank
going
you,
to come
Jeevan.
back to the
For
I'm going to come back to
okay,
the table here. So
all right.
as you can see here, formal letter and informal letter has not come out for many years. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that is what we are looking at, formal letter and informal, because this is the last year for the current syllabus. I'm not telling you that's the target question. I'm not working in Lembaga or anything. I'm just telling you that it has not come out for a long time, so it's good to focus on that. And of course, speech also, the last it came out was in 2016. If you notice, speech came out in 2015 and 16. That's why I said, do not disregard article, because there will always be a chance that it might come out again. Report also came out 2017 and 2018. Everybody was thinking, oh, report won't come out and something else will be coming out for 2018. But unfortunately, we were caught off guard and report came out again 2018. So I told my students, please do not take things for granted. Look at all the format, be prepared. Okay, I will go on. Okay, so we were talking about this format. Okay, so you have to have your point. So each point, 12 marks, right? Each point, elaboration and example. So I always tell that it's the same like in Bahasa, isi, huraian, contoh. So you bring in the points, you explain a little bit, you give examples. Okay, I'm going to look at this very quickly. So here they will see whether you have explained the points, you are able to think independently and elaborate on the points. So the points are already given to you. All you need to do is elaborate and explain it and give examples to support it. Okay, all right. All right, let's look at format now. Just now we're talking about format, right? Now, normally article, as you can see here, I'm just giving the bare outline. Okay, I'm sure you have done this before, so you can get what I'm talking here. So article, normally you have a title. So normally they will give marks for title, writer's name. Sometimes article, they even give 3. They give the closing. At the closing, you are given 1 mark if you have a proper closing. But sometimes, some question, they only give 2 marks for format. So it means healthy lifestyle title, you get 1 mark. Writer's name, you get 1 mark. So very, very easy. And normally the title is always, you can easily get it from the question itself. Okay, all right. And then from the question itself, you can get the introduction already in place. All right, and then as I written here, paragraph, you do your paragraphing, how many paragraphs you want to include. And articles are normally sharing and very informative with a suitable tone. And there's actually no particular thing that you have to have at the ending, but if it's a proper closing, you end your article with some hopes or suggestions or something, then it will be suitable. Okay, any questions about article? I think you all are on the right track, right? So I'll go on to the next one, which is speech. We will be doing a practice question. That's why I'm just running through this. So I hope that maybe if you have any question, please do ask. Now, a speech or a talk will have greeting. So that will be your format mark. The minute you say a very good morning to the principal, teachers, my classmates, and all the students you give your school name. You can create a school name, even your principal's name. You can put anybody's name. It doesn't have to be the real principal in your school. Okay, you can just give anyone's name. Nobody's going to go and check whether that school exists or not. Okay, all right. So
Can be your name, anyone's
uh,
name. Our name too.
I forgot some funny names. Sometimes they put some celebrities name also. Okay, their favorite celebrity. You'll be surprised. I think Farida. I think we have come across, right? Then
Yes, yes.
yes. So the title of my speech is where you tell what is the topic you're going to write about or the purpose. So you will get 1 mark there for format. Okay, and the minute you write thank you, not even a full thank you by itself is understood. It's a sentence there. But the minute you just say thank you, you get 1 mark. You don't even have to say thank you for listening to my speech today and all that. No. The minute you just write thank you, that's it. You get 1 mark. So you see, it's actually the format mark is actually giving you like bonus mark. All you have to do is just write it down and you get that 3 marks in your hand already. Okay, and then all the content points and all that is where you get all your content marks. And of course, language is the one that differentiates one student from another. All right. Okay, next. Formal letter. Okay, formal letter is where there is a different style of writing, a different format for writing. Normally, they will give it at the address, they'll give it at the title, and they'll give it at the complimentary close. Okay, yours faithfully, and then you sign and you give the designation. Okay, that will be the complimentary close. So here you can see here the right at the top is where you write your name, sender's name. Okay, and then that is followed by the manager or the recipient's name. If you know the person's name, you can write. If you don't know, you can just write the manager or what is the person's post. Okay, all right, and then you have of course the title. Okay, dear sir, salutation first, followed by the title. Okay, when you put in the title, the title is like I said earlier, most of the questions for title and all that, you can get it from the question. Okay, and then your paragraphing. Paragraphing for formal letter, there is numbering. Okay, I didn't include here. First paragraph, you won't put the number, but the following subsequent paragraph, you have number 2, number 3, and so on. Okay. All right. Then next, you will end it by writing your complimentary close. So your complimentary close is where you get your marks, format marks again. And normally, because like I said, the question will be based on what is related to students. So you will normally be something like the secretary of the English Society or the head prefect of the school. Okay. And remember, even for formal letter, there are different kinds of formal letter. The one I gave in the example here is asking permission to visit. But you also have formal letters where you have a letter of complaint, okay, or you have a formal letter where you talk about issues in the school and all that. All right, next, informal letter, okay. Informal letter, the format is slightly different, okay, and you will have the address on your right. Remember, just now in formal letter, everything was on the left. For informal letter, everything is on the no. Informal letter, everything is on the left. Sorry, right. Okay, right here. Oh, yeah. Okay, address is at the top, followed by the date, your salutation, and your complimentary close, yours sincerely, yours truly, your brother, your sister, your loving son. Okay, depends on who you're writing to. Now, I noticed that many students like to forget their S in yours. Okay, I don't know why, but because maybe they don't use yours all the time, so it become yours sincerely. So take note of that. All right. Now, formal report, as I said, can be about issues, can be about talking about events and all that. So you will be giving it to whom? Normally is the principal of SMK Mandin, or principal of. So you will write the principal, the name of the principal and the title. Normally we put in the school, and then the title is there, and then your paragraph, and at the end you have reported by. Okay, reported by your name, you sign and you write your post. Now, when you write your name, it has to be the full name. You write your name in full and you write the post that you're holding. Okay, normally secretary or is a head prefect or representative, school class representative or something like that. Now, just now, one of the students, I think it was Jeevan, right, who asked about format, right? Okay, now format marks is always given for directed writing, is always given. From so far, from my experience, there's always marks for format. All right, but the coming new syllabus, the coming new SPM format is different from this. Okay, but of course you need to know how to write using the correct format. Even for Form 4 students, you need to know which is the correct format to use. Okay, now let's look at language. Now remember, just now we talk about format, we talk about the content already. Now language is where you will be assessed using 20 marks. Okay, 20 marks from 0 to 20, big range there. So they will look at grammatical correctness. That means you are able to use the correct tense. You are able to use the proper questions, style of writing and all that, words used and all that, and then variety of sentence types. Again, simple, compound, complex. So when somebody is reading your essay, it's not boring. You are writing the essay with good sentence structure. You know how to use compound sentences. You know how to use coordinating conjunctions. You know how to write complex sentences using relative pronouns. So your sentences are good. Now, a student who writes an essay, a simple essay, okay, a simple essay, but the language, there's a lot of mistakes and all that, your marks will go down. And a student who writes without many errors, there's a buzzing sound.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe can mute the volume.
Emily, maybe you can ask them to also see your previous video
Yeah.
whereby you have done simple,
Yeah,
complex, and
yeah,
complicated
the
sentences.
previous video,
Yeah,
the
I need
live
to tell that
session.
also.
Ah,
Just take a minute, 1 minute. Okay,
ah.
boys. Uh,
Boys and girls.
yes, yeah,
Dr.
there are
Manjit
some
is
girls. I
thinking
know. I
about
saw some girls.
ACS students, they're boys only.
I only think about ACS students all the
Yes, yes,
time.
students, all
Anyway,
boys.
I know there are some girls over there. Okay,
Ah,
anyway, I think it's a good, interesting slot. Don't go away. You just have to listen for a short while. Okay, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe Emily's channel too. All right? Yeah, please do though. So, because there are a lot of interesting videos over there. So you'll be able to enjoy the videos and get some valuable knowledge from these videos. All right. So hope that all of you are enjoying this session. Maybe in the beginning you say, "You why teacher so much of contents, boys?" You must remember your core business is to score for your exams, even the Form 4 boys and girls. All right, Dashini. Sorry, I saw your name over here. All right. So please, please, please pay attention. Write down and ask questions. You're free to ask any kind of questions. All right. So let's continue. Yes, Miss Emily, go ahead with your lesson.
Okay. All right. Now, like I was saying just now, a student who writes very well, very little mistake, okay, just minor errors here and there, everything is nice. But the sentence structure used is not good, meaning that very simple sentences, very short sentences. So you cannot score high marks for language. You may not get 17, 18. You may, even though there's not many errors and your there's it's very clean, but because your vocabulary, your sentence type is very simple, you may not get very high marks. So that's why there are a lot of things to look at. And then of course vocabulary, if you just use good, good, nice, good, no, instead of using words like awesome, fabulous, fantastic, great, no. So vocabulary also plays an important role here. Now vocabulary is where you bring in good language in, okay, and then like you use like strong adjectives instead of saying I'm very tired, I'm very no, I'm very tired, and use very and all the time. You say I'm exhausted. Okay, instead of saying it's very hot, it was scorching. You use good adjectives, good words to show that your level is a bit higher and mature. And planning, like I said, 5 paragraphs, basic. If you can write more than that, very good. But remember, 45 minutes for directed writing. Do not waste time. Okay. And of course, style, meaning according to the type of question. Okay, here I've given this template. This is something that I find very useful when I do it with my students. Okay, we always, this is the basic. You can use the pronoun. Normally, you are giving advice or giving some ideas to your friends, in the question. So you use either you. If you use you are addressing the other person. If you use we, you are putting yourself into the answer. Okay, so you can say firstly we must, okay, you are putting yourself in, so you already number the points C1, C2 and all that, right? So firstly we must exercise regularly. So the first content point is exercise regularly. Then you see the compound sentence, you go on to say it is good to exercise once a week, so that, so beyond a compound sentence you're going into a complex sentence, so that you are fit and healthy. Then you can give example. For example, you can go jogging 3 times a week. You can play games with your friends. You can outdoor activities. You give examples. So remember, point, elaboration, example. So you give the point, you give your sentences, you can make it a better sentence. This is just basic, mind you. Students who are good, you can write more. And then you have like, okay, then you go on to the next connectors. So sometimes some students, especially weaker ones, maybe for good students, you don't have to do this. For weaker ones, I tell the students to write down the connectors. Write down a few connectors so that you remind yourself
Emily,
quickly.
Em- Emily,
Yes,
can
yes.
make the slide a bit bigger? Maybe focus that connectors part first, and then we move sideways.
I have to, if I'm going to do that, I have to go out from slide. I have to go out
Oh,
from.
okay. Okay.
Uh, uh, oh, yeah. All right. Don't worry about this. You
Ah,
can
never mind.
later. You
Later we
can
will
zoom it.
try. Ah,
You can zoom it,
we
and
can.
later when and you can what. And as I said, this is included in the guide in the Word document that I'm going to share with the
Okay.
teachers. So for students, if you want a copy of this, it will be in the guide that I'm going to share with your teachers. Okay.
Mm.
So if you are worried that you want, you can even screenshot this later and then zoom it. But I really don't know how to zoom it because it's on slide play.
Never
Yeah.
mind, never mind.
Okay.
We
All right.
can
As I
talk
said,
it.
so you write down the connectors, then you have your modal verbs. Normally, modal verbs are very useful when you want to give advice. You should, you must, you have to, you ought to, you need to. So you use this kind of one, not you also should. The word also will come behind. You should also avoid taking fast food. This is because these food do not have any nutrients in them. For example, then you go on. Remember when you want to use your compound sentence, you use the coordinating conjunction fanboys. For, and, no, but, or, yet, and so. Okay. If you want to know further, you can watch my video, which I did last week, the live presentation, which I talked about sentence types. Okay. And then you continue and all that. You continue, you plan your paragraphs. So this is very good if you want to give advice, you want to give your suggestion. You have to. Moreover, we ought to. This is the basic. There are many other ways to start. Okay, you don't have to just stick to this. Okay, can I carry on? Anything else? Any questions? No, teachers, you want to add anything here?
No, no.
Carry on.
So far, so good. So far, so
Yes.
good.
Okay.
I think can
All right,
continue.
I'm going to go on. I'm going to go on.
Yeah,
Let me see.
because it's already 11:20.
Yeah, okay. So I need to go on to
So
that. All right, I'm going to look
yeah.
at this one. This is a sample question. Let me make it a little bit bigger, right? Slightly smaller. Can you all see the questions?
Slightly smaller. Slightly. Increase the
Okay.
size. Ah, okay, cantik.
All right. So, okay. So this is a question that I want to try out with you, but we won't take so much time, maybe about maybe 10 minutes or so. I'm just going to explain, then you can try on your own. So your brother who's studying in the residential school has chosen to join the school police cadet corps, okay, but is worried that he might find it tough. This question will be included in the guideline notes that I will be giving you, so you can practice with your teachers. As a former member of your school police cadet corps, you have decided to write a letter to him about the benefits of this uniform society and to encourage him to stick to this choice. So you are going to explain about now here you are going to write a letter to your brother, okay, right? And who's studying in the residential school. So you are going to talk about the benefits of this uniform society. Normally, I tell my students to highlight. I like to tell them to use highlighter. Highlight. You're not going to draw cartoons or pictures in your question paper. You're just going to highlight to show the focus of your question. So, okay. So this is the thing that you need to know. You are going to write to your brother. Okay. You are going to talk about the benefits of the society and police cadet corps, and you're going to encourage him. So there are two things you need to do in your letter. Okay. All right. Then you see the points are all given here. Okay. The points are all given here. So this will be, okay, what is this? This will be C1. Okay. Then you go on. Then this will be C. You have to number your one. You go on. Okay. So this will be C3. Okay. Then this will be C4. Right. Then C5. Then, right. Okay. Then C6. Okay. And then here another 6. So you go on. So this is 7, 8. Okay, so you are going to write the points in the order that is given, right? So you have to have an address, greeting, closure. So for example, I'm going to try one. Okay, this is where I want the students. Can we get some students in? Maybe they can help me to write this.
Yeah, yeah.
We will try one or two, Teacher Farida and Teacher Manjit. We will
Okay,
try
good.
or maybe one
Excellent.
or 2 points. So
Okay, wait,
at
let me
least
just.
we will try a
Okay,
few
boys.
points
I
before we go on.
students, are you ready? You can use this link and come into the studio. Puan Farida,
Yes, yes, wait.
share the link,
Just a second.
please.
Okay, I will go up again and show you the question. Okay, Teacher Manjit, can you read the question again for them?
Okay, good. Informal letter. Steps in elaborating the content points. You are advised to spend about 45 minutes on this section. Your brother, who is studying in a residential school, has chosen to join the school police cadet corps but is worried that he might find it tough. All right. As a former member of your school police cadet corps, you have decided to write a letter to him about the benefits of this uniformed society and to encourage him to stick to his choice. So, Puan Emily have
Okay,
already highlighted your brother about the
yeah,
benefits
your
and
brother
also to
and all right.
encourage him
Now
to
we
stick.
so we
Okay.
are going to look at the first point: learn leadership skills and responsibility. So, how do you elaborate on that?
Link has been given, yeah?
Okay, is anybody coming in? Let me. Where am I going? Sorry. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm giving you C1 and C2, so you can try. Okay, what is the connectors that you are going to give? Okay, this one is connectors. Okay, okay, all right. You are going to give connectors, and then you are going to give me how you're going to elaborate it. Remember the connectors. You have to give a pronoun. Okay, you or we. Okay, here is given as you. Then how you go on? Anyone would like to try?
This is the link.
The first point, very easy to write the connectors. The first point is normally we use one connector which is very common. Okay, anyone is coming in? Or should
So
I do
far,
the first?
nobody at the moment. Please, boys, use the link and come in into the studio. There's a link over there.
Teacher,
https streamyard.com. Can you
Teacher
see?
Manjit, don't forget the girls
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alia
because you are
Shamimi.
teaching only boys.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay, try anyone
can the
come.
students, any students would like to try?
Try, no harm trying. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Very easy. Just give me the connectors and try to
We have
form a
one.
simple
We have
sentence.
one. We have
Okay.
Faiz Haikal. Wait,
Jashuresh says, Arjun says, Jashuresh, come on. Hello,
Uh,
everyone can try, no harm.
Oh, they know how to tell their friend's name. That one is normal lah, kids.
And motivating their friends to go ahead. That's
No,
good.
not motivating. Trying to put them in
you're
the
not.
spot on the
Yeah,
hot seat.
there's one student, but
Arjun,
his
why not you try?
Yes, yes, yes. Teacher Farida.
uh,
There's one
device is
student.
not connected. One student device is not connected. Faiz, can you please connect your device? Okay, we can't take this because his devices are not connected. Okay, other students, please join us in the studio.
Yeah, Arjun is my student. Since he likes to nominate others, maybe he can try first.
That's what I told him just now. I called him.
Arjun John.
So, shall I just give the first one?
Yes,
Teachers,
yes.
can you all help me? Maybe you all can help me.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So, all right. Okay. So now, we will, yeah, my typing. All right. So the first one, normally what we do? We write firstly. Okay, can you all see that?
Yes, yeah. Firstly, correct. That's the way.
All right. You put a comma.
Yes.
Firstly, you can learn leadership skills and responsibility. Okay. So you're already putting the content point. Remember, learn leadership skills
Okay.
and responsibility. Yes.
Some of them says how to connect the device and how to they can't rush. Rishini says she can't open the link at all. Faiz
You
says
just
how to connect the device.
when they click on the link, by right they will come into the studio directly.
Yes, you have to click at the link.
You
Just
just
click.
click
Click
on
at
the
the link
link.
given.
In the comment
Okay,
there,
there's
you
a
have the
link
link,
in the
right?
comment box. Look at the link that
Okay.
is passed at 11:23 a.m. Click at the link there, boys, students, girls. Please click
Okay,
at
I'll
the
put
link.
another link down there.
Okay, put the link down below again. Copy paste.
Okay, while that, I'll try to do the first one. Okay, teachers,
Okay.
maybe we can do the first one. So, by being okay, you give the point. Firstly, you can learn leadership skills and responsibility. But the minute you just write one simple sentence there, you get 1 mark. And then you
Yes.
elaborate. By being the group leader, you can do what? Being a group leader, what can you do? You can guide, maybe guide your friends, guide your friends to carry out
You become more responsible,
the activities and become
more
more
responsible.
responsible. Yes. You see?
Mm.
Simple, right?
Yes, yes.
It's just a step that you have to follow. You get the point. You connect. You can use simple connectors. Doesn't mean every single sentence you have to put connectors. Don't get no overexcited and use firstly, secondly, thirdly, then next. You'll be like, oh my god. Okay. Right. So
Okay,
this
I
is the
think
first
1 minute,
example.
Emily. Jai
Mhm.
1 minute, Emily, please. Jai I saw that your devices are not connected. You must connect your devices to the mic
Yeah.
there. Then only you will be able to come into the studio because we need to hear your voice.
Okay. Now let me go on to the next
Okay?
one so that the students can
Yes.
try. Okay, there are two here, C2 and C3. We only do another few
Mm.
more because then I want to go to CW, continuous writing.
Yeah, because the time is
We
we have
need to
to
do. I hope I
11:30.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
finish.
I
Okay.
hope we can finish by 12:15 at least lah. Okay. All right. Now
Okay,
let's go
maybe I
on to
would
the
like to
next
try.
one. Now here
Maybe I
doesn't
can.
mean you see here you can see there is a dash here. Doesn't mean you have to put a connector. You can straight away go on to the next point. You may
Mm-hmm.
develop good habits. Da 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 da. Then you continue with this point. We'll call it continue with such as. You
Mm.
see? Okay. So how do you continue? So you may develop good habits such
Just
as
as being fun, being
use the such as the one in the thing.
being punctual. I think
Okay, by being as such as being
punctual.
punctual.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay, being punctual and
And also maybe helping others.
helping others. Okay, good
Yeah.
habits, right? Remember good habits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Helping
Yes.
others. Okay, see, simple. This is very simple. So, but you're joining.
And we are
You
using
you have
simple words only.
you are already giving a compound sentence. You're already giving a better sentence here. Okay, and you already have your points. Develop good habits is already in your sentence. So you already got your second points there. Now, here another connector. Can I get another student? Anybody? If they don't want to come into the studio, it's okay. Can they type in the chat box? What is the
Yeah.
Yeah.
connectors
Yeah.
that you can?
Students, you can
Yeah.
even write in your chat box any answers. Okay. We are using logical connectors LC
Teacher,
here.
teacher Farida, maybe you can help me to highlight the connectors that
Yes.
they use.
Yes.
What are the
Yes.
connectors you can use here?
Type
Now you're going
your.
into the next one. What's the next one? Remember, we learned all the connectors. I'm not going to show you again because I have to go to a different screen, but I'm sure you are
Oh, I
aware, right?
think maybe we can use the word beside or not. Can we use beside?
Besides can, but I would like I see whether any of the students are coming up with any other connectors.
No, they say they can't open the link. They cannot. Okay, chat.
No,
Right
no,
on
no,
the in the
never
chat
mind.
box.
No need to. If they
You
cannot
just
come into the
type
link,
that. Yeah.
mm,
You just
Type
type
your
it.
answers. Nextly, someone
Okay.
wrote
Next.
nextly.
there's no next link.
Nextly.
We have.
That's why
We
it's
have
wrong, boy.
then three.
Arjun is wrong. Maybe
Emily,
beside.
Yes, yes, Teacher Farida.
we have Jayashri in the studio.
Ah, very good. Okay.
Jayashri managed to come.
Yes.
Jayashri, can she share?
Unmute, unmute.
Unmute, unmute, okay.
Jayashri, please. Okay.
Okay, Jayashri, what do you
Other
think
than
is
that,
other than, okay, all right. Let me,
Jivan, give me the answer. Other than that. Other than that.
okay, teacher Manju, let me ask Jayashri first. Jayashri is in the studio?
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
but
please.
she's unmuting her mic. Can you please unmute Jayashri?
That means,
On your
so
mic,
that we can hear
Jayashri.
you. On your mic. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
on your
on
mic.
your
Yes,
mic.
on your mic, please.
Then only we can communicate with you, girl.
Okay, what is your answer?
Jayashri, try.
On your mic, on your mic.
Just click the unmute the mic there. The mic there, just click on that.
Okay, while she on her mic, there are two answers over here. Jivan gave the word answer other than that. No Fitri
Okay.
says secondly.
Wait,
Rishini
wait.
Andy says
Other
besides
than,
that.
okay, wait.
Sanjeev said
Other than,
moreover.
wait, 1 minute,
Sanjeev, not
one
bad.
minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay, okay,
Other
okay.
than that, just give me a second, Teacher Manjit.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
other than that, okay. So we have other
Secondly,
than that, right? Secondly, then
besides, besides that.
besides
Rishini
that,
said besides that.
Hmm. Any more
okay.
answers, boys?
I
Type at
think
the chat
somebody said
box, please.
moreover, is it?
Yeah,
Moreover, yes.
Sanjeev said from moreover.
Moreover.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, we'll go on. Okay.
Okay.
Secondly, besides that, you will develop self-discipline. Okay. All right. Now here, can we continue? Complete this sentence. You will be. Can the students complete that? You will
Yeah.
be trained. Use the words under self-discipline. You will be trained
Maybe
what?
you'll be
Let them
trained
type in the
to.
chat box. Let them type in
Mm,
the chat box.
come on, boys and girls, try
Girls,
something. You will be trained to do what? Try.
just type your answers.
Oh, Daniel Imam just now gave the first answer. Furthermore, Daniel Imam, the earlier one.
Oh, okay. Furthermore,
Thanks.
also
Okay,
can.
okay.
And
The
furthermore, also
earlier one.
can.
Okay, try the
Wait.
next one. You will be trained to what? Come, let's try, boys. You will be trained to do what?
Here's the
You will be
thing.
trained to
Let me
obey.
see. Okay, let me see. Are they typing?
Not really. At the moment, I think they are thinking. Thinking
Okay, okay.
skills, they are
Let,
using their cap.
just
Let's
give them
help
the
them.
one.
Let's help them, Emily.
Let's what? You'll be trained to. Okay, we are giving you the word. Use the words here. Use these words. Use this word. Let me highlight this. Use these words here.
Ah, you'll
Okay,
be
you'll
trained
be
to
trained
follow.
to what?
Use that word and create the
Uh,
sentences. Okay.
Very simple. You just have to do it. Okay, you'll be trained to do what? Okay,
To
remember you are
develop,
in the police.
they wrote, Daniel Imam gave the answer to develop self-discipline. Train to develop self-discipline. Answer from
Daniel
Daniel
Iman,
Imam.
right?
Yes.
Daniel Iman, remember, develop self-discipline is already given in the previous sentence. Now you are elaborating on that sentence. You are explaining further. You are elaborating on that sentence. That's why you need to complete the second sentence. The first sentence already got.
Okay. Jivan's answer,
Mm,
you will be trained to obey the instructions and follow the rules.
obey
You'll be
the
able to train to
obey
obey
the instructions
instructions,
and
follow the rules. Follow
follow.
the rules. The rules. Okay. And there's another answer, Emily.
Wait, let me show this. So here, okay, you will be trained to obey the instruction and follow the rules. What's the other answer?
To obey and follow the rules given.
Okay,
Obey
just
and follow the rules given.
obey and follow the rules given. Okay, can add the word
Given.
given
Yes.
here. All right. Okay, very good. I'm impressed. Okay, the students they got
Okay,
the
one more
idea
answer.
already.
Can we try? One more student wrote that. Okay, this is from Daniel Iman also. To
Hmm?
obey and
Hmm?
follow the instructed rules that was given to
Also, okay,
obey.
acceptable. Acceptable.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Okay, do we have time for one more? Shall we go on to continuous writing?
I think we
I think we
continue
was
with continuous writing.
okay.
Yes.
So I am giving this. I'll be giving this in the guidelines. So students who want to come go on with this, you can follow this and try this on your own later. All right. Okay, very good,
All right.
Rishini, to obey and follow the rules. Yes, simple to obey and follow rules. But if you can write a bit more, very good. If you can write a little bit more, longer, to obey the instructions given and follow the rules set for you, also can. All right, very well. So I'm going to close this. So students, please do try and do this. Okay, we are going to go to the next one, which is continuous writing. Okay, teachers, are we ready? Do we,
Yes, yes.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Okay, we are going to go on, huh? Right.
It's
Okay,
11:40. Yeah, the time is 11:40. You have only 20 more minutes.
no, teacher Manjit, we will try to do until about 12:15 because we won't have time in 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay, okay,
Okay?
okay, okay
All
then.
right. All right. So don't worry about the time, unless you have to go somewhere urgently, but don't worry about time. We try
No, no,
to
I
do
think it's okay. I
as
thought
much as
maybe
possible.
you.
Okay,
Okay, are you
types
all
of
okay, boys
composition.
and girls? Okay.
All
Okay, let's
right.
continue.
Yeah.
Okay, types of composition you have here. I've written here five types. Now, reflective or open response is more like a narrative and all that. Reflective essays can be story also, okay, can also be a narrative. So I'll go in one by one. So when you talk about imaginative or narrative, it's just actually talking about stories. Okay. Now, when you talk about stories, please, please, I remind my students all the time, have a plot. Okay, when you write a story, there has to be a plot. You cannot just write a story blindly. You have to have characters, you have to have some kind of problem in your story. All of you watch movies and all that, and dramas and all that, right? Just the same. In a story, in a drama that you watch, there will be a plot line. There will be some kind of things happening, events taking place. There'll be a beginning and an ending. Same. So you plan your introduction, and I will show you some examples how to make your introductions exciting. We will try that afterwards. So this is where you must write at least minimum 5 paragraphs. Remember, continuous writing is 50 marks. So minimum about what you call that, about 5 paragraphs. But if you can write more than that, it's okay. At the current format, you are supposed to write more than 350 words. Okay, that is like one test pad and behind, right? So you have to write more. So you build up your story development. There's a climax, there's an anti-climax, there's a okay, then what else? The falling action, or going towards the ending. Ending can be surprise, can be a happy ending, can be a tragical ending, can be a funny ending. So it depends on what you want to do. Now, descriptive essays, there are three types. You can describe a place, describe a holiday destination that you enjoy, that you like to go, that you have been to. So you write the description of the place. Okay. And then, of course, before you write about a place, you must know something about the place. Please choose a place that you know something, you have information about the place, you have some idea what to say. If you're going to talk about Langkawi, at least you've been there, or you know the names of the places that are there. If you're going to talk about Penang, then you must know what are the famous places in Penang. So normally when I tell my students, since I'm in Penang, I tell my students, write about something you know. They are not going to ask you, they won't say, oh, you cannot write about your own homestead. Write about your favorite holiday destination doesn't mean you cannot write about your own place. So I said, write about Penang. You write about something you know, the places in Penang, all the famous Get Lok Si Temple, the Sleeping Buddha, Batu Ferringhi Beach, Fort Cornwallis. So many things here in Penang, historical, and then we have so many different kinds of museum, upside down museum, 3D museum, so even ghost museum, so all kinds of museum. Okay, next, writing about a person. Now the person can be alive, can be dead. And if you want to write about a person, write about someone you really, really know. I remember one of my student, I think it was Arjun. Yeah. Okay, one of my students wrote about a football player, and it was for the oral presentation, and they really knew a lot about these football players. I think boys are like that. I suppose teachers, now especially when it comes to football, all these
They
famous
love
football players.
football. Boys love
I
football.
I remember what Messi is it? I can't remember the names. I'm not into football, but right
Remember the
about
latest football guy who passed away 2 weeks ago? Come, boys, do you
Maradona,
know who is the one who passed away? You ask them,
Maradona,
someone
that one,
maybe
yeah.
you can tell them, they can tell you.
Okay, so you write about the qualities of the person. You can describe his physical qualities, his inner qualities, his characteristics. And of course, when you write about a person, you must tell why you like that person, why that person is important to you, why you want that to be like that person. Okay, and you won't be choosing people who are bad. I think you don't want to be a famous criminal or famous, somebody who did something bad. Okay. All right, you can also describe events. When you describe events, you describe about you describe about something that taken place, because there was one question about big sports event. Describe what you did during a big sports event. So anything big sports event can be a school sport event, can be something can be a major sports event for the country. So you have to decide what is the event and plan accordingly. Okay, next, argumentative. Now this question is not a very easy question to write about. But if you are the type of student who likes to argue in the sense that you are able to give your opinion, justify your opinion, then this is the essay for you. Because this is something like debating. You are going to say why you support the stand or why you are against the stand. If they say homework should be abolished, most students will say, yes, no more homework. But why do you say that? You say homework takes up a lot of time. Most of the time is the homeworks are not very suitable. So you argue that way. Or you say, no, homework should remain because homework is a way of testing what the students understand about the lesson. So you have to be able to justify your views, your points, why you say this. If you say yes, why? If you say no, why? Okay, and sometimes students can have it doesn't have to be,
Uh,
yes,
Emily,
yes.
Emily, there's one question. Let me just pose the question. Madam Manjit, maybe you can read the question from Jivan
Okay,
Prakash.
yes, Jeevan says, teacher, can't we create the contents although we have not been to the place? Something logic maybe
Okay,
argumentative,
Jeevan, you
he
are
said.
Jeevan,
Because the
very
earlier,
very good very good opinion, Jeevan. Yes, you can create
And
even
he's
if you
very
have not.
alert also.
Yeah, even if you have not been to the place, you can write. Because sometimes students read or they have seen in the TV or they have heard on the radio or they have looked at the pamphlet. You have not been there, but you know something. What I mean to say is you have to write about something that you know. So it's best to write about something that you yourself have experienced. That is the best teacher. You something that you have yourself experienced. But if you have not been to that place, but you know something about that place, you know something about Langkawi, you know, oh, we have Makam Masuri there, we have no, the Padang, the one, the Baka and all that. You know about the place, you know what you want to write about. Then go ahead, can no problem. Even if you have not been to Thailand, you've not been to Singapore, but you know there are some places in Singapore that you have come across, you have seen, or you have read about, then you can write. The important point I want to highlight is write about something that you have information about. If you just write blindly, you won't have your arguments or your points will not be very convincing. Okay, if you're going to persuade somebody to go to that place, you're going to say this is the best place to go. So you have to describe the place. You have to say, they have pristine beaches. The water is so clear. You can go snorkeling and you can see all the underwater marine life. Let's say you went to Pulau Redang or Pulau Perhentian. Okay, so you need to be able to give the as if you've been there. But if you have not, you can still write about it if you have the information. Okay, I hope I have clarified your question. But good point, Jeevan. Very good, and you're very alert. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Is exploratory or factual? Okay, all right. Right. This is where you are going to give very factual kinds of question, right? Like the benefits of online education, for example. Now with COVID and everything, we are doing a lot of online learning, online Google Meets and Zoom and whatnots, like now what we are doing here, live streaming on YouTube. So you are going to tell what is the benefits of online learning, or you can say online education. Now online education is becoming the trend nowadays. Then you can explain your points. What is online learning? What is online education? What are the platforms used for online learning? And is it good, or how does it help students? Because students maybe in no cannot get the access, they cannot come to school, they don't get education, they don't get any knowledge, but with online learning they get something. You can talk about that, so you're exposing them on the ideas. I will talk about some of the topics that we need to focus on for this year. Don't worry about that. After this, I will just go through some of the theme or topics for continuous writing that you can focus on for this year. All right, next. Open response essay. This is one on proverb, but this is was given back in, yes.
Emily, can you go to the previous slide?
Hmm?
Okay. Okay, the last part, conclusion, right? Opinions or suggestions. Can we have like new ideas coming in the last paragraph?
Yes,
Question from
can. Is it a question from a student?
my
Yeah,
student, WhatsApp
yeah.
question.
Can. It is it can. You can ask opinions. Sorry, you can give your opinions, or you can give suggestion. Let's say you talk about online learning and all that, right? Okay, towards the end, you give your own opinion. I personally believe online learning is very good. However, the authorities or the government or the education Ministry of Education should look into the fact that some students do not have access to technology, and come up with ways to help these students. So you give a suggestion in your conclusion. Fine, can be done. So you talk about online learning, the benefits, what is good, what is helping, what they are doing, what are the platforms used. Then towards the end, towards your conclusion, you can give your personal opinion. Personally, I feel online learning is very good and very useful to the whole country, in fact, to the whole world. However, there are downsides to this. There are some factors that need to be considered by the governments to ensure that all children are given equal education. That is a suggestion, that is an opinion.
Mm.
Okay, I hope I have answered that.
Yes, yes, very
Okay,
much.
thank you, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Next one, open response. This was given some time back, proverb question. Now I notice the trend is they don't give the proverb question so much, but you can still keep a note of this, all right? Or they give it in a different way. They give it in a story form, okay? So anyway, is basically telling you to just go about reading the story, reading the question, and coming up with a narrative. And sometimes they give maybe two descriptive essays, or even give, I'll show you an example after this. All right. Okay. Now how to write? Like I said just now, choose a topic, do a mind map. Again, just now we came to the topic of mind map, right? Now for continuous writing, 1 hour paper, I will suggest do a mind map, a simple mind map, or a point mind map, or whatever whatever way that you feel is comfortable for you. Write out your points before you start. Plan your essay before you start. Because if you straight away start writing, I notice that some students, this is what they face. Even my good students, they start writing. Okay, when they start writing, halfway they don't know what to say already, or they kind of lost track which direction to go. Why? Because they did not plan their thoughts. They did not plan. You see, when you want to go somewhere, you want to go to a destination, there must be, okay, which road am I going to follow? Which shortcut I'm going to take? Okay, which no way I'm going to go. Okay. Can you all, teachers, can
Emily,
you mute your volume?
Emily,
Yes,
Emily,
yes, Farida.
Emily, can we use that 5W1H
Yes,
now?
here you can use that. Here it is very useful if you can where it happened, how it happened, what took place, who was involved. Okay, and so the WH questions will help here. For
I
continuous writing,
introduce my students, wise man questions. I would say the wise man question.
yeah, there are many ways. They say there are now six wives and one husband, that kind of thing. So yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
fancy
yeah.
that. I don't fancy that. So find a suitable acronym. Find a suitable
Wise
acronym that
man
you can
questions.
remember. Wise man, I think is better. Wise man questions. All right. Then of course, again, like I said, have a plot. Have a plot. Have that pyramid thing. You start with your exposition, your rising action, your climax, your falling action, and your resolution. Okay, I think teachers, we have shared with our students this, right? The
Yes,
plot
yes, yes.
structure. This is important. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, now choose a topic. How do you choose a topic? Please choose a topic that you are familiar with. Why? Because then you can write about it. Okay, all right. You can choose any different type. If you are the type of person who's very creative, so maybe narrative writing or descriptive writing is more suitable for you. I'm not a very creative person. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. When it comes to writing, so I normally write a lot of factual argumentative writing because I was very much involved in debate. So I like to go for argumentative writing, okay, where you argue your points or even expository. But I was not very good with narrative because narrative, you have to have a kind of like a different style.
Action.
You can bring
Yes.
in dialogues, right? You can bring in dialogues. You can bring in simple sentences, short sentences because you're asking question. So the style is different, and then you have to use a lot of adjectives.
Adjectives. Correct.
You have to use a lot of idioms, a lot of very descriptive language. So choose a style that is you are most comfortable with. That is my suggestion. I think teachers, we agree, right?
Yes, yes,
Right.
definitely.
Because some students are they must know their strength. Which is their strength?
Yes.
Which one they
By
are
now
most
they should know
comfortable with?
already, right, Emily?
Sorry.
By now they should know already what are their strengths.
Yes, exactly. The teachers also will advise them. You write a story. Some students are like weak students. I will tell them go ahead and write a story. Okay, next. Let's go on. Okay. Introduction. Okay, this one I think you. Um, I'm going to go on to the next one now. Ways of starting. Okay. I'm going to go on to the next one. This is what I wanted to share with them. I'm going to put it all in case the students want to screenshot or take a note. But I'll be explaining it in a short while. Maybe I need to go a little bit fast, but I'm going to explain this. Okay, how do you start your introduction? All right, you can ask a question and you give the answer. So it's a rhetorical question. You ask the question and then you give an answer. You use newspaper headlines. I will give examples of this after this, so you understand a little bit better. Use newspaper headlines. You can create your own headlines. Nobody's going to check which newspaper and which headlines and all that. Don't worry about that. Nobody's going to go and open the newspaper and say, betul tak ni? No, okay? So won't worry. You can even use a dialogue, even in the introduction. Start your introduction with power pack impact. You just put a dialogue, you give direct speech. Two characters are arguing about something. All right, you can give an opinion. Okay, you can relate a story, like an anecdote, something that you personally has happened to you, and or something that you went through. Okay, and you can give a quotation. Somebody said something. If you are the type of students who read a lot, try to memorize some or two quotation. Maybe something about hard work, something about perseverance, not giving up. Okay, most stories will be something related to that: hard work, not giving up, respect. Okay, just memorize some good quotations. Start your introduction with a quotation or give a definition. The question is, online learning is becoming a trend nowadays. How far is this true, and what are the effects of online learning? So define what you mean by online learning. What is online education? Okay, state of fact, it's becoming a trend due to COVID-19, the pandemic, which is all over the world. Online learning has become something that all educators are using. So you explain. Okay, let's go on. Okay, for example, road accidents in Malaysia. This is the title. Okay, let's just see it. This is the title. And for example purpose. All right. So how do we start? If it's a question, you ask the question, you answer. Why do road accidents happen? Are the majority of accidents in Malaysia caused by careless drivers, or are they caused by something that the driver cannot control? So you see, you're asking question and you are answering. This is what we call rhetorical question. You ask, you answer. The questions can be very directed because you are trying to show the examiner the focus of your essay. And then
Uh, Emily, just sorry to interrupt. Can we use that P method, point, explain, and elaboration
no
for
point, elaboration, example.
yeah?
Yes.
Can we still use
Can,
it
yes,
here?
can.
Yeah.
No, but that is more for the content. For the
Okay.
this is that will be more for the content because when you give the point, you elaborate and you give example. But here it is more of the how you attract the examiner or the reader's attention to read your essay. Your introduction itself is
Yes, yeah.
so catchy, so interesting. So then you can say studies by road transport department show that more than 90% of accidents are caused by the carelessness of the driver. So you are saying that's your point. Then you're going to explain how do road accidents happen, what are the ways you can overcome the problem. Okay, this is one way, question and answer. Use newspaper headline. You start your essay, 4 killed in car bus collision, 6 die as car plunges into ravine, baby killed, 2 injured in crash. These are just made up headlines. It doesn't mean it's actual real headlines. So you say not a single day passes without headlines like this appearing in our newspapers. Our newspapers are filled with road accidents, statistics, and fatalities. Efforts are being taken by the authorities to reduce the number of accidents. So then you talk, how does this so the question maybe is about how it happens, what are the ways that we can overcome these accidents and all that. Okay, are we clear? Two already, explain. Next, use a dialogue. Okay. Teacher Farida, maybe you can read this.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Use dialogue. I bet I can write faster than you, said Matt to his friend Harris. Okay, I'll race you to the bridge. Whoever gets there first is the winner. It's a bit smaller, Emily, winner. All right. Okay, I'll race you to the bridge. Whoever gets there first is the winner, replied Harris. The stupidity of the situation hits us. It is a race without cause. It is a blind challenge. It shows immaturity on the part of the boys. Adults too are caught in the same situation. Instead of saying no, they give in to such challenges. Such negative mentality should be erased in the minds of drivers to reduce road accidents.
Okay, now I want you to notice some things here. Teachers, we can stress this also. You see, the dialogues are there for what? Effect. It's talking about how students sometimes, especially youngsters, they give in to challenges. That's why they what? They are involved in accidents, right? Racing, illegal racing, mud rampage and all that. So you see the sentences that follow the dialogue. The stupidity of the situation hits us. All very short sentences. It is a race without cause. It is a blind challenge. Why is it simple sentences? Because it's for effect. You can use simple sentences for effect. Then it goes on. It shows immaturity on the part of students. Adults too are. Then you see the next sentence go on to longer sentences. Longer sentences. Okay. Such negative mentality should be erased in the mind. Also, you see, from the dialogue and then to the short sentences to the longer sentences, and then it goes on like that. Okay. All right. Next, sir. Give an opinion. Okay. You give an opinion. You start with an opinion, a very strong one. Malaysian drivers are selfish and inconsiderate. Are you true? Is it true?
I don't.
Don't, so you
They
can
like to
say,
write about female drivers.
oh
That's why.
yes, oh yes. We
Don't
always
start
get
with
that,
that.
especially when it comes to parking.
Yes.
Okay. So they do
I
not
don't
care
think
about it.
so.
Yeah, but
No, no,
that's
I
the
don't
thing.
think so.
Yeah. So some people they like to give their opinion. So strong. Once they are on the road, they break every traffic rule. They speed and behave like kings. This is an opinion. You start like this, then you say, "Is this true?" You can ask a question. You follow it with the question. Is this true? How far is this true for
just
us?
just to attract the examiners.
Yes, you are trying to
Attention.
give an. You
Yes,
are
yes.
trying. Yes,
How
you are
can
giving
you
an
say that?
interest.
Interest
You
for the
say
examiner to
then the
read your essay.
examiner will be reading. Oh my God, what?
What is this?
Examiner
This
will
Ah,
be thinking
writing
curiosity.
mistake. Huh?
yes, yes,
Curiosity.
correct. So this
Uh,
is for impact, impact and to arouse the interest of the reader, the examiner, in reading further because your introduction itself is so catchy, it's so interesting. It's like, oh, really? Yeah?
yeah.
That kind of thing. All right. Okay, give a quotation. Now, this quotation can be a real quotation or it can be a made up quotation. Nobody is going to go and Google and see, hey, really, this person said this. You know? So it saddens me to see that the number of road accidents is constantly on the rise. Each year sees an increase in the number of accidents, especially during the festive season. These are the words of our Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. That was an old
Okay,
one.
there's
I
a
really
question.
one back.
Puan Emily. Puan
Yeah.
Emily, there's a question from Jeevan. Teacher, can we use the word like stupidity when
Hmm?
writing essays? Scared letter, the word E. Stupidity. Can we start? I think don't use negative elements.
No, it's
What do you
better
think?
to use, don't use stupidity, you can say recklessness. Use other better
Ah,
words. Recklessness of the drivers, the irresponsibility, no, the attitudes of drivers who take things very lightly. You can use other words. You can phrase it in a way that it doesn't sound very negative. So use
yes,
a
yes.
better words. Stupidity is not actually a bad word, but it has a negative connotation which is not very nice to hear. So we put it in a nicer way. We put it in a way that it sounds nice, not to say nice. It sounds effective and is strong. Okay, but it means the same. It means
Yes.
they are being stupid on the road.
Because
Okay.
there are a variety of choice of words that you can use actually.
Yes,
You can
choice of
write
words. This is
stupidity.
just said, Teacher Farida.
Choice.
It comes back
Yeah.
to the choice of words because when you look at choice of words, this is where we see the maturity of students. You'll be surprised some students have come up with words that sometimes I need to Google and check the meaning. Hey, this word really exists. Yeah, yeah, I mean, as teachers, we are not perfect. We are also, we are also all learning continuously. It's a lifelong learning thing. So sometimes we have to check. Students have come up with very good words where I need to go and check. Hey, this word is really, does it exist? Is it used correctly in the sentence? Okay, that's another thing. Use correctly. Mind you, you use big words, but make sure you use it correctly. Okay, next. All right, state the fact. Okay, state the fact about the topics. The number of accidents is constantly on the rise from a mere 73,250 accidents in 2009, 2013. Okay, so please bring it to the current number. I've not changed the dates here because, okay, so this is almost, uh, teachers, can you mute the volume?
Yeah. Mute the volume.
I can hear the background there, please.
Madam Anji. Okay.
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 Teacher Farida, you can mute the rest. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
this is almost threefold increase in the number of accidents. It's shocking. It calls for urgent it calls for actions to be taken to ensure that it doesn't increase further. So you are stating a fact. Okay, you can create the accident, the number and all that. Just create some numbers, some big numbers. But please bring it to the current. Maybe you can say in 2017 or 2015 has increased to almost 250,000 in 2020 now current. Okay. Okay, the last one. Okay, I've given this. So you got the idea? All right. Okay, now I'm not going to go to mind map again. This is where Teacher Farida, you were talking about point, elaboration, example. Okay,
Yeah.
topic sentence. I look at the last point, topic sentence, elaboration, plus
Emily,
example, plus
Emily,
other details.
maybe we can have that 5W1 how plus this
Yes,
PEE
this
in this.
is where here. What is that, Teacher Farida? Can you repeat?
We can have that 5W1 how and also P what do you call that formula in this body part.
Yes, correct. So here you can put there, take a note later and put WH questions and of course PEE. Okay, point, elaboration, example. Isi, huraian, contoh. Very simple to make sure you have a point, elaborate on the point, give example. Why you need examples? I think we all have told our students many times, the examples make our point stronger. It supports our point. That's why we need examples. Okay. All right. Conclusion. Now, you have an introduction, you have your content. You must have a conclusion. You cannot leave it at a cliffhanger. This is not like a movie, with a cliffhanger, and then we guess what happens at the end. You know?
Yeah.
Well, some students do that. No, I tell you honestly, I say, "Ayo, why not the no
You know why
ending?"
they do that? They want the reader to give the
Guess what is
conclusion.
happening next. No, I think teachers. I think the problem is students don't have time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, agree. Form 5 not enough of
Ah,
time.
so they are so excited, but then the ending, I have students who suddenly, suddenly no ending, and then the ending is like not very nicely put. So it's like as if the thing is not correctly put, the thing, and the students are like just abruptly end the essay, you know. So
Okay,
how do you
Emily,
end
there's
your question?
okay,
Is there a
Emily, there's
question?
sorry, disturbing. There's one question from Jeevan also.
Wow,
Teacher,
Jivan is
can
very
you
active.
use
Is Jivan any of our student from your school or from
yeah, yeah.
Ta?
Just now my students they gave was Sanjeev and then
No,
Daniel
no.
and so
Jivan is
on.
from which?
Jivan, is
Jivan
it
is from
from
which
your
school?
school? Jivan is not from
No,
SPM.
I'm not
this
sure.
one look
Maybe
like
my
my
school, but or
student.
maybe
Jivan, which
He
school are
Jivan.
you
looks a
from?
bit Jeevan, I think from ACS. This is from
ACS.
ACS. Jeevan, are you the one?
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
very active participation. Maybe we must give Jivan something. You know.
Okay, what are you going to give? His question. Let's do his question
Oh,
first.
okay.
Uh,
Can we use question and answer in what is it in contents? Is it?
contents in contents.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you can do that. Yes, Jivan, you can use the same technique in the content, but you must be careful when you use the answer and question technique in the
ACS.
content part. In the
Yeah,
content,
Emily, Jeevan is from ACS. If I just told you just now, he's my student.
okay, very good, Jivan. So when we use that in the content part, okay, can we mute the rest? Sorry. Okay, when you use the question and answer technique in the content part, you have to be very careful how you put it, because remember your content is where you put the point and you explain, and what you can start with the question, and then you bring in the answer as the content point. You start with the question, that means your content point will start with that question, and you are explaining your content point based on that question. Then yes, you can do that. All right, I hope I've answered that. You can try that, Jivan. Very good. If you are able to do that, that means your writing style has actually grown. Actually, you are doing going on the right track. Okay. All right. And then so in your summary, in your conclusion, you can summarize what you have already discussed. You can give your opinion. You can repeat what you have said. If it's an argumentative essay, you can repeat, reaffirm your stand. If it's a story, it comes to the ending, the climax. Done. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to go very quickly on this last part. Okay. Now, in a essay, a good essay, number one, it has to be well organized. You have to have a variety of sentence structure. I think I repeated. This is a summary of what I've done today. Numerous interesting expressions, proverbs, idioms, okay, good expressions, quotes, and all that. Bring it in. Free from major errors. That means you don't have like major errors on grammar, major errors on no punctuation and all that. Very, especially tense errors is major errors. Okay, you must know how to use your pronouns and all that. And of course, at this level, it shows maturity. Can you mute, please? I can hear
Yes.
the buzzing sound. Okay,
Unmute,
shows.
madam.
Okay, sorry. It shows. I can hear the buzzing sound a bit in my earphone. Okay, shows maturity. You are at Form 5 level. Some of you are even, in fact, 18 years old. So when you write at this level, it has to be mature. You have to show that you are at a level where you are a young adult. You know a little bit about the world. Your maturity comes out in your writing. And of course, good handwriting. Please, boys and girls, handwriting also matters. Your teachers are not robots. Okay, teachers, many of them are like me. Okay, we have reading glasses. Okay, today because my screen is big, so I don't need it so much. But most of the time, I need my reading glasses. So please don't test our high sights. Okay, So please be kind to your teachers, to your examiners. All right, then accurate punctuation, language, and spelling. Okay. All right, now this is one question which I came about. It's based on a video that we saw, but it's a video. I will try to give the link later, if not in the chat box or what. But this video was a Thai video where the boy was caught stealing some medicine from a drugstore. Okay, and he was saved from being arrested by a kind man. The kind man was he was like was that running a hawker stall there. So this is a story from something I watched that advertisement. I came up with this question. So write a story that ends with, we must never judge a person hastily. That means do not judge a book by its cover. That's where you bring in the proverb. Do not judge a book by its cover, or all that glitters is not gold. So you can talk about how this boy was saved from being arrested, and this boy grew up to be a kind man. In fact, in the advertisement I saw, he became a doctor, and he in fact helped to save the life of the man who helped him earlier when he was young. So you write a story like that, and it's so interesting. Okay, I will share with you some ways to go about this. Let me go back here. All right. Wait, I need to go to this one, continuous writing. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, too big. Can you all see the screen? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, if you look at the question, a lot of time it is about stories. Okay, 2017, narrative writing, story, there were two questions. So narrative writing is a question that you can actually attempt because it's a lot of story. But nowadays, if you notice, the stories there are parts to it. Okay, let's look at the following year. I think story also. Okay, see example. Write about a story, a student with an unusual hobby. All right, this is one. Okay, explain what is unusual about the hobby. This is another one. Okay, and how the teenager's friend became interested in it. This is the third part of the story. So you see, nowadays the story is not merely a story. I'm going to highlight the story part. Okay, so that students can see this clearly. Can you see this? Is the
Yes.
screen bigger now, Teacher
Yes.
Farida?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, can you see the part that I've highlighted? Okay, when you write a story, so it's not merely writing a story just direct. Okay, you see there are parts to it. Write a story. First thing is, it is an unusual hobby. So then you explain what was unusual about the hobby. And then the third part is how the teenager's friends became interested in it. So you see, and then you must also remember to start your story with that sentence, even though it was a strange hobby, everybody came to love it. This was back in 2018. So it's no longer write a story about a kind man. Full stop. No, it's not that. No more. Okay, it's very, very a bit like
Special.
they are. Yes, it's right. You see like this. Again, write a story about the people who had an argument because one of them lost a handphone. Okay, so this is about handphone. And then you have to show that how foolish they had been. Okay, so there are two parts to it. How the person lost the handphone and how foolish they had been. Okay, this year, this was this is when this is 2000 and 19, last year's one. Okay, last year's one, it was more of there were two questions about description. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Okay, okay, right. If you had the chance to be someone else, okay, this one also, you see, it's not very easy. If you had the chance to be someone else, okay, this is the first part. Who would you choose to be? Okay, then explain what will be good about being that person. Okay. And then the third part, what might be difficult. See? Right? Then the same thing, second one, write about the first day you met your best friend. And then describe where you were and how you began talking to each other. All right. And explain how your friendship has developed. Now, can you see, the teachers, I think students have to be aware. You see, the questions will see whether you have answered all that criteria. Okay, whether you are answered about how you met the date. Okay, first day of school in standard 1, in form 1, first day of college. Describe where you were and how you began talking. So you're going to talk about how you met, this and that and all that. And then you're going to talk about how your friendship has developed. Okay, friendship has developed since then. So you have to explain the parts to it. It is not straight away direct. Now, even the description question, this is a description question. It is so much more, what is that? Complicated. It's not direct. Okay, it's a bit complicated. So I hope you understand that the questions are is wait, it's not very it's not very like no straightforward. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not very straightforward. So in this guideline, which I will share with your teachers, I've also given some notes and all that, and there are some phrases, that I've given at the end here, useful words and all phrases that you can use to add in your one. Okay, I'm going to close this. I'm going to ask you all some questions. Let me close this. Go back to my slideshow. Oh, yes, not this. Wait. Okay, yeah. All right. So, as I said, so now for continuous writing, the theme that we are talking about, okay, we are talking about this year, technology is one of the things that we are highlighting. Teachers, I think we agree, right? Technology, right? Because we are looking at a lot of online learning, okay, online education, and also online shopping. Remember, online shopping has become like a
Yes.
addiction, I would say. I think addiction, right? Many of us are like really into online shopping nowadays. Even myself also, I'm so tempted to buy things, at times. So please, yeah, I have to tell myself, stop. You every day got something is being delivered to the house. So you have to remind yourself there are things you need to know about. So do some reading up. Look at topics like education, okay, online education, online shopping. What are the pros
Uh,
and cons? Yes, Teacher Manjit.
Emily, I would like to share something about online shopping. This is about some doctors. They told me that I met few doctors because of
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19. They can't go out, so this is when sometimes when they are free in the hospital, they will just browse to their phone to see online shopping. So when they receive any kind of parcel, this will make them feel very happy.
Yeah, actually, it's very true.
So a bit sometimes
Mm.
yeah, sometimes this online shopping there is a good thing also lah. Short moment of happiness and something like that.
Yeah, because why? You are stuck in the house, or like the doctors, like Teacher Manji is telling, they are stuck at their workplace. So when they get something, oh, my parcel has arrived. You get so excited, like you're getting a gift. In fact, I just received a parcel. I ordered a book from UK, from Book Depository. It just arrived just now. So I'm like, okay, after class, I'm going to open and see which book has arrived.
Mm.
So you see, you get
Yeah.
excited like you're getting a
Santa
present.
Santa.
Sorry?
Yeah. As if like Santa has delivered something to your house.
Now Christmas season some more,
And
my nephews and
Next
yeah,
week
my
is
nephew
Christmas.
and
Next
nieces are
Friday.
waiting.
the
Okay,
Santa is
let
here.
yeah, actually. So remember that. And then for environment, of course, don't run away from pollution. Environment, of course, pollution because of COVID and everything, pollution and all that comes into play. Health, when you're talking about health issues, healthy living, how to stay, stay away from COVID and all that. COVID-19 is something you cannot run away. Maybe it won't be a direct question about COVID-19 because it's, I think, over asked and too many things about that. But it may be something about health. Know something about how we are living in these times of trouble, in pandemic, how we can stay healthy and happy, you know and of course you cannot also run away about social issues, bullying, Okay, and there's been a lot of cases of suicides, depression. Okay, depression is also one issue that has been coming up a lot in the newspapers. A lot of people are committing suicide, celebrities and also young people. So you have to be a bit aware of what is going on around you, especially when it's coming closer to the exam. Read up a little bit, try to go online, look at some topics, topics of essays that are very relevant, like kind of these topics. So I hope this part is clear about that. And I'm going to talk about this thing. If you look at the next one, this is the link to our channels. Actually, another teacher was supposed to join us. Another teacher was supposed to join us, Teacher Anna, but didn't make it because of a meeting. So as you can see here, these are the links to our channel.
Her
Teacher,
cousin passed,
sorry.
Emily. Her cousin passed away just now.
Oh, sorry. She was personal family commitment. So sorry to hear that. So Teacher Manjit is here with us. That's a channel, Teacher Manjit, and Teacher Farida's channel is Teacher Farida is a very nice name, Blessed Fairy. Okay, from her name Farida, she became a fairy. So she's our fairy
Emily.
godmother. Fairy godmother, lah, but not old lah, not grandmother, godmother.
I fairy
Okay.
god sister.
Teenager.
For us, his sister lah. And then Anna's one is there. Teacher Anna is from ACS. Sorry, Teacher Anna is from SMT Ta. Teacher Farida's school. She's Teacher Farida's colleague. So please do like, click on the bell and subscribe to our channels, because if you go to our channels, Teacher Farida has done a lot of videos also on Form 5 SPM topics and all that. Teacher Manjit also has a lot of videos there, interesting videos. Her videos are very lively. You can see she's a very lively person. And I have also included some videos for SPM students, in fact for Form 4 also. SPM students, I will be uploading some more videos in the coming in January and all that. I'm taking a break for Christmas and all, but in January I plan to upload some more videos so that you can have a look at it and do some revision before your exam. So please do go to our channels and look at it. Let me show you. These are the people here. Okay, if you look at the link there, Tiny CC Manjiko, there is also the link to the channel. Okay, Teacher Anna is the person there in the third. And of course, these are the beautiful people who helped me, okay, to do the presentation today. And I'm so happy that I have them here to help me, because we are trying something new for the benefit of our students. And I will be looking at the chat comments. We will maybe reward the most active participants in each of our schools. And I'm sure there were other a friend of mine also. There are some other students here. So thank you so much for coming and watching our presentation, or my presentation on Teknik Menjawab, answering technique. I hope it has been helpful. I will
Yeah.
share the links with the teachers so that teachers can share in their school WhatsApp group. So if you want to get the guideline in the Word document, please do PM me, okay? And I will send it to you. I love to share materials with students and teachers. So please do contact us if you need any further help. So I will pass it now to um, Teacher Manjit. Can I pass it to you?
Yeah, thank you very much, Emily. Thank you everyone for listening. It was a good session, even though it was a very, very long session. But there's a
Very
lot of
interesting, yeah.
information that you can use when you're answering your exam questions, whether you're in Form 4 or even in Form 5. And well done to our special control host, Puan Farida. You did a great job. And Puan Emily, I was very impressed with your explanation, very well explained, and a lot of important points that we can use in our writing. And students, even though when you finish your Form 5, you can have these good writing habits when you're in the college or university. So you can have some type of creative writing activities and also writing diaries. All right, this is how you can enrich your writing habits, and also maybe one day you can you will be a famous writer. So please always motivate your own self to improve. And there's a lot of ways that you can improve yourself. Please study smart. Plan your timetable now. We have only very little time for your SPM and my Form 4 students, whether they're in this group or the other group, whether they are girls or whether they are boys. You must know your core business that you really must work very, very smart and hard to score good results. Okay. Thank you very much for everything. Anything else, Cikgu Farida? Do you like to share anything?
Yes,
Teacher Farida, can you say a few words?
yeah, Emily. Today's lesson is actually very, very interesting. I think the students have benefited a lot. A lot of techniques of writing has been shared, and writing is a skill to be developed. So
Yes.
there's no ending to it. All right. So please use it like what Madam Manjit has said earlier. You can use these skills when you enter varsity. All right. So
Mm.
all the best. See you all in the next lesson with some
And
other. Yeah, Madam
Okay,
Manjit.
let me just show something. This student has put, thank you, teacher, virtual hug, virtual hug. Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Virtual hug back to you. So
okay,
sweet, so
do not
sweet.
forget. Yeah, I forgot something. Do not forget to subscribe Cegu Emily's channel, Cegu Farida's channel, and also my channel. All right, because when you subscribe, you also must ring the bell so that when there's any new videos, you'll be able to enjoy our videos. All right, and
Emily,
have a
how many
pleasant day. Take care.
Yes,
Yes.
Farida?
Emily, how many videos you have uploaded? There are a lot of videos, right? I think 30,
Yeah,
40.
therefore, no, about 20 videos, less than that maybe. But I'll be
Yeah.
uploading some more soon for
Yes.
SPM students.
And also
Yes,
Okay,
Madam
I'm,
that's
I'm
good.
planning I'm planning to do one soon on narrative writing and maybe argumentative writing. So there'll be something on for that for SPM students.
so you
Okay,
will
tomorrow I'm also having something live. It is basically about how to keep your body beautiful. All right. Maybe students, you can join my class 9:15 tomorrow until 10:50. It's only 1 hour, and basically I'll be doing a bit of reading and also speaking activity. So 9:15 to 10:15, how to keep your body beautiful. Please try to join my class tomorrow. All right.
All right, so I think we will end here. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you Teacher Manji and Teacher Farida. See you
yeah.
again another lesson. Please don't forget the IU Academy is also having English classes for SPM every Monday at 5 p.m. Okay, every Monday at 5 p.m. Next Monday there will be another class at 5 p.m. Our teachers will be presenting. But remember, in order to get the e-certificate from the ED, you need to have an email account
Yeah.
before the class. If you apply for the account during the class, you won't get the email account immediately. It will take at least a day. So apply for the email a day or even earlier, much earlier than that, so that when you watch the live shows on YouTube, you can fill in the form with the email that they will give you, and you will get e-certificate from e-Didik Malaysia, which is a national level certificate. Okay, so please apply early for the account and then use it when you fill in the forms for the live show. All right, thank you so much. That's all from us.
Bye,
uh
everyone.
Enjoy yourself.
Bye.
Bye
See
bye
you.
everyone.